everyone, welcome back to the Anime Iceberg. I'm Megan.
And I'm Meg.
And today we're here to talk about Dr. Stone episode 53, Joker.
Yes, this is season 3, episode 17. And in this episode, the Kingdom of Science members launch an attack on the islanders aboard the Perseus. But Maz isn't far behind, and Senku and the others are forced to retreat inside the vessel. Ibara has them cornered, but Senku unleashes his Joker card.
That's actually we got a good description this time. Okay, this is manga chapters 129, Wild Card, 130, Devil's Choice, and 131, Nasty Crimes.
Let's get into it. So, they were headed to the boat last time, or the ship, and we see Gan is like super excited that they're coming to rescue him, but they are not. And he finds out their plan is like, are you crazy? But it's the best plan they have at this moment because they're kind of on the defense right now, I would say. And so they all rush aboard the ship, and Magma is being Magma and like shooting the gun, basically wasting all of their ammo. And Nikki attempts to knock him out. She hits him pretty hard, but he does, like, it's enough for him to like let loose of the gun, but he's not knocked out. Yo is given the gun once again, and there's what he said. There's only 3 bullets left.
Yeah,
and they use one to Senku like adds I think it's gunpowder maybe.
Did he say something about magnesium?
Yeah, it's something.
Some mixture that flares when you fire it, so it's more of like a light show. Again, bluffing to. It works. It's cool. It's like fireworks. And since the islanders, to them, that's sorcery, they're like, oh no, heck no, we're out of here. And they all jump overboard.
Yep. But then Maz arrives. Yo attempts to shoot him, but Maz is too quick and knocks Yo and the gun into the water.
But everyone's more concerned about the gun.
Yeah, nobody says anything about Yo. They're like, the gun! Who cares who was holding it? Although I feel like they should be concerned because he's like the only one who can shoot it effectively, but
yeah,
it's fine. Yeah, that's kind of sad, honestly. But also he is the worst.
I bet you Chrome was watching that and was just going, suffer.
Yeah, he's not sad. Yeah, I bet there's like a lot of people, not a lot, but a few people on their team that there's like the group that they all get along great, and then there's all the other people that are just like, they're tolerating. Like, they're like, they're on our side.
We're tolerating Yo and Magma and Mantle. And
yeah, mostly those 3, I would say.
Yeah. There might be a couple other, like Ginro sort of falls into it. He's useful sometimes, so.
Yeah, true. Anyway, everyone, like, basically, all the my goodness, the muscle team, like, takes turns attacking Maz. It's like, oh no, but at the same time, it's kind of funny, because, like, first Kinro attacks, and he gets taken out pretty bad, and then they, like, pull him away and, like, stuff him into like
down to the
down the
basement.
Stairs, and then Nikki attacks and they like grab her and stuff her down, and like
they're dropping like flies.
And then there's no one left, so they all rush down to the below. Yeah,
you kind of get the sense that Maz is toying with them, because when we were watching the episode, you said he's not killing them. Like he's definitely hurting them.
Yeah, like when he hit Kinro, he was attacking with like hit the sharp end of his spear, but then when he actually hit him, he like purposefully turned it around and hit him with the butt of it. So he's not trying to kill them. I don't know. I guess you don't really know. Like, obviously he's attacking them, but at the same time, like,
he might have been waiting for Ibara to say something.
Yeah. That's a good guess, because like I don't know what, like, is he still hoping to like somehow team up with them and beat Ibara, or is he just also waiting for him
to kill somebody? I feel like that would take more effort, and he'd have to worry about like getting his spear thing out of them, and I mean that's kind of morbid, but by doing this and injuring the top fighters, it's more of like now I can back them into a corner without having to worry. So yeah, who knows? I'm not a fighter. I don't know battle strats.
I'm not inside Maz's mind. So
I don't want to be. Ew.
I don't know. Yeah, It's probably terrible in there. But anyway, so they're all hiding from Maz, but then he literally like breaks down like a metal door.
That was scary. He dented that thing.
Yeah. And he and Ibara are there now, and they're like, go shoot, you backed us into a corner. But Senku is not done yet. They are in the same room that is housing Hyoga and Homura. And Gen unlocks first Senku like throws the revival fluid behind him onto Hyoga, and then Gen unlocks the cage. And they have revived Hyoga. But now it's like, whose side is he going to be on? Like, Kinra immediately hands him his weapon. And he's like, we're depending on you, dude.
And Senku even admits, he's like, I did not want to have to do this, but we are literally backed into a corner and a dead end and have no other choice.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
I remember you being kind of mad at this scene. You're like, you did the same thing with Tsukasa. You revived somebody to turn against you.
You would think he would learn, but also
this is
but also
different.
It feels like it's not quite ends justify the means, but like, you know,
in desperate
they
situations,
do kind of. I mean, like, because they gave the gun, which seems like not a good idea, and then now they're reviving Hyoga, which also not a good idea. But it's like,
what other choice do we have?
Right? Yeah, but and I guess I get it, because there is like so few people in, like, it's not like like they don't really have a lot of choices right now. But yeah, Ibara, once Hyoga's revived, Ibara like flees. He's kind of like, that guy was for sure stone, and so they know how to revive people, and he's kind of concerned. And Magma tries to follow him, but Nikki wasn't able to knock him out, but Maz is.
Oh, he like that. I expected to see like
blood.
Yeah. Or like he slid down the wall, and I thought I was going to see like a face print on the wall or something. Mm-hmm. But in the manga, there's some narration, and they mention this in the last anime episode, like that the master can't be revived. But in the manga, they make sure to say, this particular fear of Ibara's was unfounded. Because the master's statue is missing pieces to start with, he couldn't be revived. Yet Ibara's cautiousness drove him to leap into action, which for him was the right move.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and they have, I mean, yeah, he has no idea. I mean, he just knows people can be revived. He doesn't know, like, anything else.
Right.
And then we have this little standoff between Hyoga and basically everyone else, I would say. Hyoga's trying to figure out what to do, and Gen being Gen is like, how can I convince him to be on our side? And so at first he tries, I don't understand this. He tries to get Nikki to tell Hyoga that she's in love with him. Like, would that have worked? Like,
I don't know, because Mom's probably, like, Nikki, pretend you're in love with Hyoga and try to woo him to our side. You're the only female we have left. Hyoga's not the type to...
Right? That's like...
I'm not even sure if he's into Homura, and Homura's his number one friend here.
Yeah,
so.
Yeah, but that's what I like. I don't get Gen's plan here.
I don't think Gen can get a read on Hyoga either. Mm-hmm. Like he's always wearing a mask. His eyes don't give anything away. So Gen, as a mentalist, is like, I have to grasp at whatever psychological straws I can find here. Yeah,
but then Hyoga was like, shut up, dude. But then he like says, I don't remember, he said something really like sweet to Nikki, and I was like,
I think Gen was like, you know, doing what he does, and he was like, shut up, I know how skilled with words you are. He's like, but I do value your silver tongue. And you, Nikki, I appreciate how you were willing to jump into the situation, even though it would have been hard for you. So you can tell, like, I think this is the point where the audience can go, maybe he could be on our side. Because he values people, and Nikki and Gen used to be in Tsukasa's empire.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And seriously, for like a hot second, I was like, Hyoga and Nikki?
They'd make some pretty strong babies.
Yeah. Yep. But anyway, then Hyoga asks Maz what he thinks about just reviving the strong, and Maz is like, "Of course, I want to keep only the most beautiful women
and the strongest men." And
yeah. And Ryusui, of course, defends women. He has to chime in, say his piece. And then Maz, I think, makes his fatal mistake in that he offers Hyoga a harem.
Yeah.
Which, again, like, I don't think that's, like, Hyoga doesn't care about that stuff. Like, I don't think he does. I don't know. That's not the vibe I get. But anyway, Hyoga has made his decision, and I just, like, love this so much. Because Hyoga's like, Senku, move. And Senku's just like, uh-huh.
I knew this was coming.
Yeah. And he attacks Maz. And everybody else flees the ship. And again, this is a great moment because Senku is like, everybody's like, why are we fleeing the ship? Because they're still going to turn everybody on the island to stone. And Senku's like, we still don't know if Hyoga's on our side, really.
And everyone goes, duh. In harmony.
Yep, and Gen even says, like, well, that was in perfect harmony.
That happens in the manga, too. Actually, let me see if I can find the page for that. It was kind of funny. So they're in the boat fleeing, and Chrome says, wouldn't it be bad for us, talking about going to the island, since they're going to zap the whole island with a Petra beam? Why would we stroll straight into that? And Senku says, that was just a line I fed Maz. You really think Hyoga'd be more careful fighting around us? Sorry to break the news, but he ain't a softie like that. And everyone goes, obviously! And Gen says, that was in perfect harmony.
That's great. Yeah, okay, and then the last part of the episode, we see Ibara's really concerned about the master and that they're going to revive him. And he wants to send Orochi to the island to petrify everyone. And Kirisame has, like, just arrived on the ship. Ibara takes the device from her, and he's going to give it to Orochi, and Kirisame is like, if he goes to the island, he's also gonna be petrified. Like, what are you doing? And he's like, it's the master's will. But Kirisame remembers the master and she has a little flashback of the master, like, specifically saying never use the petrification beam, like, over a large area, basically. And, at this moment, the retrieval team is back. And Taiju uses his lungs to tell everyone about the master.
Yes, and I had to note, poor Ukyo. You don't get to see what his face looks like in the manga, but in the anime, he's standing right next to Taiju, and you just see one of his eyes closed, because he's got super hearing, so he's just like, his brain's rattling around in his head with Taiju screaming next to him.
Yep. And Kirisame is like, what's going on? And Ibara turns her to stone before she can...
Yeah, this is the moment I really started liking her character. Like, I mean, she's very loyal to the people around her. And Ibara, when he petrifies her, he's like, oh, it's so great that you're so gullible. Like, that wasn't being gullible, that was being loyal. And she was, I don't know, she tried to grab the petrification device from him even as it was going off. I think she's super brave.
Yeah, no, she's great. And I think, I would say I never disliked her. Because I never saw any, like, big reason to dislike her. Not like
there was no
Maz,
malice in her.
where it was like, ugh.
Yeah, Maz was obviously antagonistic.
Yeah. And also, this is where we get, like, one little clue of how the petrification device works. Ibara is, like, 1 second for 1 millimeter.
1 meter, 1 second.
Oh, yeah, sorry. 1 meter.
Maybe they could do millimeters. I don't know. That would be kind of lame, though.
Yeah, it would be like... Yeah. Anyway, so nobody else obviously heard that, but we as the viewers did. Yeah. And Ibara is still gonna try to turn the island to stone, but his plan is disrupted by Yo. He has come... Well, he's still in the water, but he has retrieved the gun, and he shoots Ibara in the hand, and Ibara drops the petrification device, and Yo catches it.
Yeah.
Scary.
He was treading water for a long time.
Yeah, it's scary that he has it, but also very impressive.
Yeah, that was, it was a great shot. And we did look it up. You can fire a revolver after it's been submerged in water, granted, like, if it hasn't, like, been wet for a long time and rusted and all that.
Yeah, and that's where the episode ends.
Yep. Okay, we got some manga notes. First up is there's like this little page about the Kingdom of Science's 8-shot repeating firearm ammo usage. So you can track, how many shots they fired. So one bullet hit the boat back in the last episode when they popped a hole in the raft. The second bullet hit the mast when Magma was shooting wildly. The third one hit the sail. The fourth one hit a barrel. Fifth one hit the voice tube on the ship. The sixth one was into the sky for the Spear of Light sorcery. And the seventh one was a wasted shot when Maz smacked Yo. And so obviously the last one went into Ibarra's hand. So they don't have any bullets left, but it was a perfect last shot. And the other thing was a Mecha Senku Q&A. Ibarra has a type of girl he favors, but could Senku, Gen, and Soyuz and Drag have met his standards? And Ibarra says, nope. The two on the right aren't bad. Wait, nope! And he was talking about Gen and Senku.
Yikes.
Yeah. Would have been in for a nasty surprise in that one.
Mm-hmm. I think that's
it.
really all we have. So, Megan, what was your favorite line?
Mine was Ryusui defending women. What a childish mindset, Maz. All women are beauties in their own right. To think you're blind to such eye candy. What about you, Meg?
Mine came from Senku after he's revived Hyoga. He's like, that's a problem for the future Kingdom of Science. Very relatable, honestly.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Alright, and what did we learn?
It ain't over till it's over.
And then who pushed story forward?
Hyoga for siding with the Kingdom of Science.
Mm-hmm.
Yay.
And that's all we've got.
Yeah, we might have a bonus episode soon-ish because we're trying to glaze our way through Tokyo Revengers.
Yeah, we'll see.
Yeah. Lots of stuff went down in the first, 4? Did we watch 4?
Yes.
4 episodes? Oof. Yeah. We both know the spoiler for the big thing that happens, though.
At least I hope that's the big thing.
Oh my goodness, there's something else! Enough said.
Okay. We will be back next week with another episode.
Bye.
Bye.